agriculture is very important for your prelims. Okay, if you see the last 9-year previous year questions from 2011 to 19, you can see that nearly 4 to 5 questions are coming from agriculture. So agriculture, see, after external sector and money and banking, agriculture is the most important topic for your prelims. Okay, so and economic survey, as well as some important current affair. Okay, from the economic survey point of view, you can expect questions for your coming prelims. Okay, so expect 2 or 3 questions from agriculture, from the economic survey of 1819 and 1920. So make sure that all of you have gone through, at least if you are not going through the entire economic survey of 1819 and 1920, at least make sure that you have completely read the agriculture chapter of 1819 and 1920. Okay, so we will discuss the most important features of agriculture of economics of 1819 and 1920. Okay, now this table represents, okay, this table will give you an idea, okay, what is the contribution of agriculture and allied sector to GDP. Okay, so make sure that, okay, in our conventional classes, that is in speed economy, we have already covered the concept of gross value added and GDP, so I am not going to that. Okay, so but understand that from 2015 onwards, from January 2015 onwards, we are having a new methodology of calculating national income. Okay, so from January 2015 onwards, we are calculating national income or GDP based on the concept of gross value added. Okay, at basic prices. All these concepts we already discussed in our basic classes of speed economy. But from the prelims point of view, okay, this is very important. Okay, so gross value added is a concept related with the output of agriculture or any other sector. For example, output of industry, output of service sector, etc. So since we are dealing with agriculture, you need to understand the contribution of agriculture to the gross value added. Okay, so in economic survey, in this table only talks about the share of agriculture and allied sector in total gross value added of the country at current prices. Again, an important concept. Current prices, constant prices in relation to GDP, again, that also we have dealt it. Okay, so even though in YouTube also this concept of GDP at constant price and current prices is available, so you can watch that. Okay, again, see the 5-year. Okay, in economic survey, what is important is the trend. We already discussed in the external sector economic survey session. Okay, so the last 5 year, I already told you what is important is the data of 1819, 1920 economic survey only have covered the first half of 1920. Okay, now if you see the value is not important for us. From the prelims point of view, value is not important. What is important is percentage. Share of agriculture and allied sector. Okay, this word is also very important. What is agriculture and allied sector? What all constitute agriculture and allied sector? It is explained in this table. Agriculture and allied sector includes this crops. See, mainly agriculture includes different types of crops, kharif crops, rabi crops, etc. Okay, livestock, forestry and logging, fishing constitute the allied sector. Okay, so be very clear. The our primary sector. Okay, agriculture and allied sector is our primary sector. Industry is our secondary sector, service is our tertiary sector, which contributes to our national income or which contribute to the national output. Okay, so the share of primary sector or the share of agriculture, have been declining. Okay, 18.2, 17.7, then there is a slight increase, again declining, and now what is the share of, you need to have an idea, what is the share of agriculture to the gross value added, which is related with our national income concept. Okay, in 2018-19, approximately you have an idea, agriculture and allied sector constitute nearly 16% of gross value added at current prices. current prices. This is what is explained in the economic survey table 1. Okay, so you can expect a question. They can ask you which of these constitute the allied sector of agriculture. They are livestock, forestry and logging, and fishing. Okay, now they can also ask the sequence, increasing order, decreasing order, the share of the allied sector in the agriculture and allied sector. So if you see the share, again it is mentioned here, the share, which one is having the highest share? Crops. Out of the total gross value added of 17.2 in C, 18-19 data is not available, so we'll go by in this case, we'll go by the 17-18 data. So everything is dependent on what economic survey says. So since 18-19 data is not available in the economic survey, in order to know the decreasing order or increasing order of the share of agriculture and allied sector to the total gross value added, we'll see that, okay, from here it is very clear, it is in decreasing order, okay. Crops constitute, out of the 17.2 in 17-18, share of crops is 10%, livestock is 4.9%, forestry and logging 1.2%, fishing 1.1%. So it is a decreasing order. Crops, livestock, forestry and logging, and fishing. Now, so this is from the prelims point of view, but you need to understand the importance of agriculture and allied sector to our country, okay. Even though agriculture and allied sector is contributing much lesser in relation to the service sector and industry, why it is so important is because agriculture and allied sector constitute 50% of the livelihood of our country. 50% of the population, nearly approximately 50% of our population is depending on agriculture and allied sector. So it is the duty of the government of India as well as the state governments to ensure that the agriculture and allied sector should grow consistently. Okay, so earlier the economic survey or there is a policy among the many agricultural scientists that at least, okay, or agricultural experts who believes that agriculture in India should grow at 4% consistently. Okay, so agriculture and allied sector is a very important sector because it draw a very important role in employment. Nearly half of the India's population is depending on agriculture and allied sector, and it is also an income. You have to always keep in mind the government policy of objective of doubling the farmers' income. Okay, as well as, and it is very important in this is the key, okay, and most importantly to the national food security, because 1/3 of our population is still poor, okay, and especially during this great lockdown period, it has affected them the worst way, in a worst way, okay. So that's the reason why government have come up with many packages, okay, even though that package is not important for your prelims, okay. From the prelims is what is mentioned, that's why I'm not discussing all those packages, we'll cover it for the 21 batch, okay. National food security, okay, so national food security, okay, national food security, what is that? Because 1/3 nearly, okay, there is no official data is available, but if you see by the many articles which we have read, okay, it's coming from many agricultural experts, it is very clear that especially during the impact of lockdown, our people, the poverty level have increased, and especially the rural sector is affecting the worst, especially due to lack of income. So here comes the role. So what the government can do, especially during the great lockdown, is that focus more on agriculture and allied sector so that we can address this problem of national food security. Okay, so this keyword you keep in mind. Then economic survey in the table 2. So this is actually I have taken from economic survey 1920, table 1 and table 2. Okay, see, earlier it was current prices, now it is constant prices. Okay, so the key indicators, so that this table says that what are the key indicators of growth at constant prices? Okay, key indicators of growth at constant prices. Okay, key indicators of growth at constant prices. Okay, see the base year. When we say constant price, it means that inflation impact is being taken into consideration. Okay, so the base year is as per the national income change, so GDP change happened in January 2015. Okay, our new base year is, current base year is 2011-12. Okay, so constant prices. So this is very important. Okay, what is the share of, or what is the or see here in this table, it is talking about the growth of agriculture sector as well as the total economy. When I say total economy, it includes agriculture and allied sector, industrial sector and tertiary sector. Okay, so to the national income, okay, the growth of gross value added. If you see the growth of gross value added in 13-14, it was 6.1 percentage. It increased to 7.2 percentage. It increased to 8 percentage. But from 16-17 onwards, we can see a decline. Okay, so there is a slowdown happening in from 16-17 onwards. 7.9 percentage, 6.6 percentage, 4.9 percentage. These facts are not important. What is important is the trend. The trend is from 16-17 onwards, there is a decline in the national income. Okay, gross value added. Okay, the concept of gross value, the growth of gross value added from 16-17 onwards is declining. And agriculture, see that is there any direct relationship between the growth of or gross value of agriculture allied sector? Okay, there is no direct relation. You can see that, okay, in some year, okay, 16-17 agriculture and allied sector have grown at 6%, 6.3%. But after that, okay, so 18-19 and 19-20 is not a good year for agriculture and allied sector, and obviously you know that in 2021 it will be much worse because of great lockdown. So the government need to ensure that the great lockdown, the poor people, especially the people who are depending on the agriculture and allied sector, are not affected. So from the examination point of view, what is important is, from the examination point of view, two important information is covered here. One is the share of or the growth of gross value added to the total economy. What is the trend? There is no steady increase, there is no steady decrease. Okay, so and in the case of agriculture, see you just keep in mind there in the last 6 years, okay, approximately in the last 5 years, we had negative growth rate in agriculture, especially in the 14-15, and in 16-17 agriculture have gone to growth of gross value added have touched even 6.3%. Okay, so again, just have an idea, there have been year, especially in 16-17, where the growth of gross value added of agriculture have touched 6.3%. Okay, so these two tables are very important. Just have an idea from the table itself. You derive the knowledge. Okay, what is important and how UPSC asks questions for your coming prelims.